अभी क्या शुरू होता है? द नेक्स्ट श्लोका स्टार्ट्स विद सुंदरकांड. व्हाट इज सो सुंदर अबाउट सुंदर? देयर इज नथिंग ब्यूटीफुल इन सुंदरकांड. देयर इज ओनली अ मंकी, Hanumanji. This is the hero of Sundarkand. We'll be discussing at large in on Saturday when it will be Hanuman Jayanti. तो हम लोग सुंदरकांड को डिटेल और हनुमान जयंती, हनुमान जी के बारे में भी और डिटेल में सुनेंगे. इन सुंदरकांड, Hanuman recites the entire Ramayana to Sita. So it is Ramayana के अंदर रामायण. That is why Sundarkand is very, very important. And by the power of Lord Rama's name, Hanuman is able to cross the entire ocean, the salty ocean of 100 yojanas. So finally, Hanuman is able to go 100 yojanas, and Jamban, makes him, reminds him of his powers. So we'll discuss in detail when we will be in on Saturday, when it will be Hanuman Jayanti. We'll discuss all the great qualities of Hanuman. So the most important thing here we have to understand is Hanuman could travel 100 yojanas only because of one reason. He had the name of Lord Rama in his mouth. कहते हैं भगवान के नाम से समुद्र और ये भवसागर तर सकते हैं, ये नमक वाला. That is why here specifically it is written salty ocean. The salty ocean. Why it's called a salty ocean? Lavana Arabhanam Arnavam. Lavana Arnavam. Lavana means salt. Arnavam means ocean. So this salty ocean is nothing. Bhavasagar is more dangerous. What is so great dangerous about Bhavasagar? It is always said, आप समुद्र के किनारे जाके खड़े हो जाओ, stand near the shore. There is always waves coming. What does this indicate? Can you ever count the number of waves which are there in the ocean? Similarly, as we cannot count the number of waves and there is no end to it, one wave is over, the next wave is ready to come before the first wave is over. And that is what is happening with us. We have also got a repeated cycle of birth and death. Continuous. Kabhi ye birth, kabhi wo birth, kabhi as an animal, sometimes as a bird, sometimes as a fish, sometimes as a donkey, sometimes as an insect, sometimes as a human. But we cannot predict how many births we all have taken. We cannot count. उसी तरह इसके लिए भव सागर कहा गया है. Why it has been called as bhava? Bhava means to take birth again. Bhava means to take birth again. So bhava sagar. So we are in an ocean of repeated birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. There is no end to it. So that is a bigger ocean. This salty ocean of 100 yojanas was nothing. And what does another acharyas very nicely say? This Bhavasagar is also considered as, we are always in a Bhavasagar. Means what? Sagar means lots and lots and lots and lots of water. And each drop of water is compared to our desires. Our desires are unlimited. You can see our desires are unlimited. जितनी भी इच्छाएं हमारे पास है वो कभी खत्म हो ही नहीं रही हैं. In fact, you are just waiting when the next desire is going to come. And before one desire is over, the next desire is ready. That is how our waves of desires are always striking our heart. So that is why to cross over this ocean, there is only one way, and that is by chanting the holy name of Lord. भगवान रामचंद्र जी का नाम अगर एक व्यक्ति ने ले लिया तो भवसागर पार कर ले. And this is displayed very nicely by Hanumanji when he travels to Lanka, which is just 100 yojans away, the salty water, and he reaches the other end of it. Now, the next verse is more important. On reaching the city of Lanka, which was ruled by Ravana, Hanuman saw Sita situated in Ashok garden, meditating on Lord Rama. Few nice takes given by acharyas. One should meditate on this. Tatra Lankam Samadasya Purim Ravana Palitam. Ravana Palitam. Palitam means जो पालन कर रहा है, who is taking care, who is was protecting or rather ruling the kingdom. That is, Ravana is ruling that Lanka. Tradursa Sita Dhyanita Ashokavaninam Gatam. On reaching there, what did he see? Dhyanam, that is more important. Dhyanam means what? She was meditating. Meditating on what? Mind you, Sita Maya is sitting in a Lanka made of gold. And how can Lanka be made of gold? Any idea? They plundered a lot of wealth. That is why it was made of gold. How is it? How is it that Lanka is made of gold? I had mentioned earlier in one of my lectures. Let me see if anyone remembers. किसी को याद है? That's good. New year, old year gone, knowledge is gone. Okay. Always remember, Lanka is none other than a part of Mount Meru. When the Samudra Manthan was happening, a small piece of it broke and it fell in the sea. And that is how Lanka was made. This comes in Uttarakhand. So this Lanka is none other than made of gold, because on Mount Meru is made of Meru पर्वत जो है वो सोने का है, उसमें से एक छोटा सा टुकड़ा गिर गया, and that is that Lanka. So she was sitting in Lanka, and where is she? She is in meditating on Lord Rama, sitting over there. What does this mean? This is how a soul should be, and this is how a soul can survive even in the worst of situation. The best of the cities, everyone wants Lanka. Everyone wants gold, right? And of course, gold price is also falling, so people might be more interested. But in that Sone ki Lanka, Sita Mata is only focused and thinking on about Lord Ramchandra. People may say she's thinking about her husband. No, she's thinking and meditating on the Lord. And that is why she is able to maintain herself. We as souls should always meditate on the Supreme. So after delivering the identification symbols and communicating with Vaidehi, Sita, he consoled her and destroyed the welcome arch of the garden. Everything is fully described very beautifully in the Sundarkand. Sundarkand make a nice situation is there when Hanuman, when he enters the city, and he is wondering, how will I communicate with Sita? First and foremost, Sita was sitting and meditating. At that time, if he speaks, in Sanskrit, or if he comes down as a monkey, Sita Maya will get afraid. She will feel he is none other than Ravan, because Ravan has done a lot of Maya tricks. He knows a lot of Maya tricks, illusionary tricks. So he is wondering how to communicate. And he sits on a Shimshuba tree. Shimshuba is very special because the color of the leaves of the Shimshuba tree matches with the color of a monkey's body. It's a goldenish, brownish, goldenish hue. So he was very smart. He knew how to hide also. And there he was seeing her lamenting for Lord Ramchandraji. And Ravana comes there. Ravana is a very nice person. Many people in the WhatsApp they put Ravan Brahman tha, Vedon ka paठ karta tha. Yes, no doubt about it. Early in the morning, every day, Ravan used to read all the Vedas. And then what he used to do? Have a buffalo, bhaisa, for his breakfast. And this is what is the problem in the so-called spiritual search which people do. There is no control over the senses. What is the purpose of reading the Vedas? One should develop some sense control. One should learn how to control himself is the biggest question. वो कोई करता, वेद पढ़ लिया, भगवत गीता पढ़ लिया, भागवतम पढ़ लिया, रामायण पढ़ लिया, महाभारत पढ़ लिया, पढ़ना बड़ी बात नहीं है, उससे क्या सीख ले रहे हो, what change you are bringing inside your life is more important than just going and reading. Otherwise, it's as good as reading a novel. Read a novel or read a book or read a grantha, it's the same. You read all the Vedas, nothing. But what is the purpose of the Vedas? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. क्या धर्म तो कोई पालन करता नहीं, and nobody understands what is dharma. Mind you, a dharma doesn't stand on one basic understanding. Dharma for one is different to dharma for another person. That is why we have got 4 varna and 4 ashrams. Why? We all have got 4, no? We know Shastra has made 4 varna and 4 ashrams. All for all 4 varnas, the dharma is different. For 4 ashrams, the dharma is different. Simple. If generally people say no, one should not eat pan. Yes, definitely one should not be addicted to pan and supari and all that stuff. But as per Shastra, the first thing which is kept in a puja is pan and supari. So that's not bad. But there are rules. A brahmachari should not eat a pan. If a brahmachari eats pan or supari, he gets the sin of killing a brahmana. Brahma hatya ka paap milega. If uh, a lady in her periods, Rajaswala lady, if she eats a pan, she gets the sin of killing a brahmana. A sannyasi who eats pan gets the sin of killing a brahmana. So nicely described. But if a normal lady, a married lady, a widow, if she eats pan, she gets the sin. But the same pan eaten by a married lady who was in a normal conditions is a dharma. So please, let's not confuse. People generally get confused with ye mera dharma hai, wo dharma hai, this and that. No, we have to understand. You got to understand the entire dharma in detail. कैसे क्या करना चाहिए, कब क्या करना चाहिए, किस व्यक्ति को क्या करना क्या करना चाहिए, ये शास्त्र हमको बताएगा और उसके माध्यम से ही आप जीवन में प्रगति कर सकते हो. हम लोग सोच रहे हैं प्रभु जी मेरा बैंक बैलेंस बढ़ गया, आई हैव मेड गुड प्रोग्रेस. नो, यू आर नॉट मेड गुड. मनी इज समथिंग विच इवन ए नास्तिक गेट्स. नास्तिक के पास भी बहुत गाड़ी बंगला पैसा बीवी बच्चा सब होता है. So what makes you special? You have to be in dharma. One who follows dharma, he'll be happy. So Hanumanji is thinking, how will I communicate with Sita Mata? And that time Ravan enters with Mandodari and his other wives, and he tells her, I'm giving you one more month time. I'm not going to details. She keeps a blade of grass, and uske piche bhi kahani hai. Why she keeps a blade of grass in between him and Ravana. And then he gives her a warning finally. 1 month, you be my wife, or I will have you for breakfast. Nice. See, he is for with that Sita for which he fought with so many people and he finally died. He was telling 1 month, in 1 month, either you become my wife or I will eat you. So what is the use of Ravana studying all the Vedas? What is the use of Ravana studying all the Granthas, scriptures, being an expert in Sanskrit and a son of a Brahmana? Everything is a waste. So when Ravana went, Sita Maya was really dejected. She said, let me kill myself now. Let me commit suicide. And that's the time, when she was planning to, that time Hanuman, Dhimatam Varishtam, very intelligent person, he started singing the Ramayana. And the way in which he sang attracted the ears of Sita. And Sita Mata was wondering, who is he? Is he Ravan? Ravan coming in some other form to delude me? Was confused. But on second thought, she realized, रावण कभी राम का नाम, राम का गुण, राम की महिमा कभी गा नहीं सकता है. So she was wondering where the voice is coming, and there Hanumanji made himself a small cat-like figure, small, and he jumped in front. And then he told her, Mate, your husband Ramchandraji has sent me. And then there is a big conversation between Sita Mata and Hanuman. And then Hanuman gives the entire details how Ramchandraji is suffering without her, and wondering what to do, where to go, where to search her, and how he was distressed. And then he gives her a nice offer. You want to sit on my shoulder? I'll take you back immediately. She says, no, no, I will not. When Ravan lifted me, I had no option. It was by force. But here I have an option. I will not come with you. मैं तुम्हारे साथ नहीं आऊंगी. रामचंद्र जी को बोलो जल्दी से आके मुझे यहाँ से छुड़ा के लेके जाए. रामचंद्र जी was fighting against time because 14 साल होते ही वहां भरत आग में कूद जाएगा. Bharat was to commit Agni Pravesh. So before that, he had to return. And before that, he had to free his wife. So it's always in a climax of a movie is always cut to cut. You know that. It's always running and fighting and all that in the climax of the movie. That's what's happening in Ramayana also. Finally, Hanumanji says, okay, fine. So I now prove that I have come as a messenger of Lord Rama by giving you this ring, Mudrika, wedding ring of Ramchandraji. When you read the Ayodhya Kand, you will see that Lord Ramchandraji distributed all the wealth. All the wealth. But the question raises, how come Sita, how could Lord Ramchandraji hold the ring which is made of gold with his name written on it? This was the ring given by his father-in-law. Janak Maharaj had given this ring to Lord Ramchandraji. So it was his wife's property, not his property. So he did not donate that. His personal properties he had donated, but he had owned that. Similarly, Sita Mata had a Chudamani. Chudamani means hairpin, which was again given to Sita Maya by Janak Maharaj. And then she also gave that pin as a token of proof that you have met me. Because only Sita Maya had the hairpin, nobody had the hairpin. So that hairpin, she gave it to Hanuman. But Hanuman says, please tell me some incident or something by which I can convey this news to Lord Ramchandraji that yes, मैंने वाकई में सीता मैया को मिला. Because he may say, Ramchandra may say, on the way you must have found this hairpin like how you found the other ornaments when Sita threw. When Hanuman kidnapped her, Sita had thrown many ornaments down. तो आपने शायद उड़ाया रहेगा, उसमें से कहीं रास्ते में मिला रहेगा, आपने उठा लिया होगा. That time, Sita Maya talks about a story. Now this story is about Jayant. When he comes in the form of a crow, test whether it was really Lord Ramchandraji and Sita Maya was none other than Lakshmi Devi. And you all know, I have told you the story how Lord Ramchandraji was disturbed by his, breaking her breast, and immediately he took a trina and shooted behind. Now, there are two Ramayana very famous. One is Ramcharitmanas and one is Valmiki Ramayana. In Ramcharitmanas, this comes in Chitrakoot itself. That is, in Aranyakand itself, in Ayodhya Kand itself, this comes. Whereas in Valmiki Ramayana, this comes in Yuddha Kand. So the incident happened in Chitrakoot, but it is described by Sita Maya because other than Sita Maya, nobody else knew about this incident. So she tells Hanuman about it. And then Hanuman says, ठीक है, आया हूं तो कुछ करके जाऊंगा. Because he is Mahabali Hanuman, महावीर हनुमान. तो उन्होंने क्या किया, थोड़ा एक्शन हो जाए. Then he broke the arch of the garden, the welcome arch of the garden. And then after killing 5 army chiefs, the next verse says, 1.1.75 clearly says, after killing 5 army chiefs, the son of 7 ministers, also crushing the valiant Akshay Kumar. When we were reading the salutations, there is a shloka where it says, Kapisa Aksahantaram. The second shloka is in page number 9. Anjananandan Veeram Janaki Shokanasanam. Shokanasanam means unka dukh ka nash kiya by giving the good news of Lord Ramchandraji. Kapisa Aksahantaram Vande Lanka Bhayankaram. And then he had terrorized the inhabitants of Lanka by his destruction. So, उन्होंने 5 army chiefs and the son of 7 ministers but also crushed the valiant Akshay Kumar. Bada hero tha wo, wahan ka. And Hanuman allowed himself to be captured. That is most important. Hanuman could not be captured by anyone, but he allowed himself to be captured. There are two reasons for that. First is Indrajit had fired the Brahmastra. Already Brahma had given a blessing to Hanuman that तुम्हें कोई ब्रह्मास्त्र नहीं पड़ेगा, कोई ब्रह्मास्त्र असर नहीं करेगा. But Acharya says there are two reasons. One, he wanted to respect Brahma's weapon. Second, his plan was, let me get surrendered. Then they will take me inside the palace. Then I can see the palace. I can see the army positions and kitna astra shastra hai and all the inner details I can get. I will do that. That is why Hanuman allowed himself to be captured. In the next verse, the heroic Hanuman, knowing about the boon of Brahma, freed himself from the enemy's weapon. वहां अंदर जाके एक मिनट में निकल गया. After a long fight, by the will of Hanuman, the demons could tie a rope to his tail. First, actually, he was to be killed. That's what Ravana had ordered. But then Vibhishan came and said, no, 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 you can't kill him. First and foremost, he would have never killed because Hanuman koi, it's not an ordinary personality that Ravan can kill. But Vibhishan says, he is a messenger. A messenger cannot be killed. As per the rule, you can either flog him or you can amputate some part of him. So you can do some torture of that sort, but you cannot kill a messenger. So immediately Ravana says, okay, the most prized part of a monkey is its tail. You know why the tail? Many of you must not be knowing, when in the Sundarkand, when Hanuman enters Lanka, he goes searching for for Sita Maya in all the palace rooms. And there he sees all, wives of Ravana, all drunk and, in a half naked state, which a brahmachari should not see. Ramaji is a brahmachari, but he is doing it for the sake of searching Sita Mata. So finally he reaches Ravana's room where he sees a very beautiful lady, and he thinks she is Sita. And he starts jumping there. And after all, as a monkey, he starts kissing his tail. That's what monkeys do. When they're very happy, they take their tail and start kissing it. Of course, later he realizes, oh, how can this be Sita? She cannot sleep in so nice way with in Ravana's room. Then he realized she was none other than Mandodari. So all given and said, Ravana decides to put his tail on fire. So they tried a lot initially. Hanuman did not allow, but finally, after a long fight, by the will of Hanuman, they could tie ropes on his tail. He then burnt the city of Lanka. So what does this mean? भाई मैंने कुछ आग नहीं लगाया, आपने जो मेरे पूंछ पे आग लगाया, and मैं एक बंदर हूँ. I jump from one building to another building, from one palace to another palace, and the entire city of Lanka started sparing only Sita's palace. That is the place where Sita was there, that Ashok That mighty monkey then returned, delivered the pleasant news to Lord Rama. One point which is very dear to me at this point, and I would like to share with you all, is Hanuman, after burning the entire Lanka, comes to the sea, extinguishes the fire, putting the tail in the water, extinguishes the fire. And then gets a doubt. कहीं मैंने आग इतना लगा दिया, कहीं सीता तो जल नहीं गई उस आग में. Sita should not get burnt. I mean, the purpose of coming to Lanka would be defeated. So he again jumps on the wall and goes to the Ashokvana, and he sees Sita Maya is safe. And Acharya say very much, yes, when you're over enthusiastic in seva, one should be careful. Over enthusiasm also sometimes can lead to disaster. So that is why the Acharyas give a very important point. Anyhow, while coming back, Hanuman this whole team, they jump back to when he comes back to India. Hanuman says, "Yes, I've seen Sita. I've seen Sita," and all the monkeys start jumping. Very good. And they come to a situation where they realize, yes, ab Sita mil gayi hai. Ram will be happy. We'll go and release Ramchandraji will go and release Sita, and everything will be over. They all were overjoyed, and they started coming back to Kishkinda. On the way, there is a place called Badhuvan, a place where there are a lot of trees, fruits, honey. Madhu means honey. Honey kept over there. And very nice, beautiful garden exclusively for Sugriva. So he goes to that Madhuvanam, and the entire monkey team, they enter the and they create a big rucksack, break the trees, steal the honey and break the fruits. And this news comes to Sugriv. So Sugriv, when he hears, says, definitely they have got a good news. Otherwise, nobody has the guts, nobody has the power to enter into my personal one, Madhuvan. And that too, Madhuvan, uske one itna todfod kiya hai, everything they have done. That means they have definitely got Sita. And then everyone come, and all the monkeys come and report to Ramchandraji. Of course, Sugriv is standing over there, and everyone, but Hanuman is standing behind, last, quietly standing, and everyone give the entire report that we saw. Hanuman went and everything he did, and finally they all push Hanuman. That he is the real hero. He has done it. So that point, and I'll read further, but just going into the Ramayana. Hanuman comes ahead. You all must have seen the beautiful photograph where Ramchandraji embraces Hanuman. Ram and Hanuman are embracing each other. And there's a very beautiful saying for that. And Ramchandraji tells Hanuman, my dear Hanuman, there are 3 types of servants. First, you give them work, they'll find out a reason how not to do the work. किस तरह से काम को टाल देना है. सर आज वो नहीं आया, ये नहीं आया, ये नहीं है, कंप्यूटर बराबर नहीं है, some reason or the other, you give some work to your subordinate and he will try to run away or avoid the work. This is the first category of servants. Second category, one who is serving you will just do the work what you have told him. बस जितना बोला उतना कर दिया. And the third category is those who do the work what you have instructed, plus they do something extra. Extra means something intelligent or anticipating what their master will require. That is what he describes. Ramchandra says, you are the best among the servants. I had sent you as a Duta. Your job was to only find out where Sita was. But you have gone one step ahead. And by that, you have found out the entire strength of the Ravana's army, where the enemies are, how many enemies are there, how the whole orientation of Lanka is. All this would be very useful at the time of war. So he gets all this data and gives it to Ramchandraji. So he praises Hanuman very much. And he says, Hanuman, I don't have anything to give you now. And the best part is, Hanuman is also not interested. And he says, I have got only one thing which I can give you, and that is my own self to you. And what else more does the servant want when Lord himself is giving up himself to the servant? So he embraces Lord Ramchandra, he embraces Hanuman, and he says, myself I have given it to you, to yourself. And Hanuman says, I don't need anything more than this. I just need my only job is to serve. So then Lord Ramchandraji, so Lord Rama, along with Sugriva, went to the shore of the sea. There's a very big editing going on. Immediately the army is made, and there's a big journey by which they go, and who sits on whose shoulder, everything, all the details there. But right now, there's a Sankshep Ramayanam, just the condensed one. Lord Rama. So we are entering into now Yuddhakand. Lord Rama, along with Sugriva, went to the shores of the sea, where with his arrow, which are like rays of the sun, Lord Rama put the sea in turmoil. This is referring to what? Ram's Sharanagati to the sea. He goes and surrenders to the sea, requests the sea, please give me a way. First and foremost, when Lord Ramchandra does surrender, the sea doesn't react. It's just silent. So after 3 days, Ramchandra gets up with his bow and arrow. He says, Khatam kar dunga. I'll dry off the sea. Lakshmana falls at his feet. No, don't do that. Your anger is very dangerous. Don't do that. And immediately when Lakshmana says, control yourself, you dry the sea, all the living creatures which are there in the sea will all die off. And you are the maintainer, sustainer of the whole world. How can you do that? You cannot do this. Immediately, this verse is important. The Devata of the sea, who was the husband of the rivers, appears in person. Upon the words of the sea god, Nala built the bridge across the sea. 2 points very important to be discussed here right now. Discuss it later, and Yuddhakand will discuss in detail. But right now, you have to understand this very important 2 points. One is, why did the god of sea, Varuna Devata, not appear on the very first day? Acharyas say, it's like, just imagine, a rich man, a very rich man, applies for a loan from a beggar. Can the beggar give? Does the beggar have any money to give a loan? And the man is already filthy rich. Similarly, Lord Rama is the Lord of all the Devi Devatas. So he cannot surrender. Even if he wants to surrender, he cannot surrender. Only the Devi Devatas can surrender to him. Since he was not eligible to surrender, or rather, they were not eligible to give any surrender to Lord Rama, Samudra Devata was quietly watching. And when the third day, when Lord Ramchandra gets angry, that time Devata comes in person. He says, please don't do that. We are your servants. So help me, how will I build the bridge? You have to only call your super, engineer in your group, the monkeys group. There was one called Neel. Neel was none other than the son of Vishwakarma. And he told him he has got the brain, engineering brain, to make stones float on water. He could reduce the density of the stone, and the stones could float on the water. So immediately he says, you just ask Neel to do it, and it will be done. Many people, come with a saying, Ramchandra ji ka naam likha. Then they put, doesn't need to have a gross name. By taking Lord's name and doing an activity itself will end it, or will give its required desired results. You don't have to buy in gross level, Sri Ram likhna hai. Looks nice in a movie, in a cartoon movies, it looks nice. But who will walk on Lord's name? Tell me. Will the monkeys will be able to walk on Lord's name? Will you walk on somewhere if something is written, Jai Sita Ram, Jai Sri Ram, will you walk on that? You cannot walk. So it's not humanly possible. So definitely all the monkeys took the name of Lord Rama, and with the engineering power of Neela, the bridge was built. Rama went to Lanka by crossing that bridge and killed Ravana. Very smaller. 7-day war. 1 minute, 1 line mein khatam kar diya. Very beautiful war, a very message-giving war. So Rama went to Lanka by crossing the bridge and killed Ravana. But after bringing back Sita, Rama experienced great embarrassment. Now, why this embarrassment? Paramvradam. The word used in the sloka is Paramvradam or Sharamaya. So Acharyas say, the explanation I have mentioned very clearly, Acharyas say that Lord Rama experienced great embarrassment because his ancestors had fought for the Devatas. Dashrath Maharaj, Maharaj Raghu and all, they had fought for the Devatas. From the Devatas side, they used to fight with the Asuras. और आज किनका हेल्प लेके करना पड़ रहा है? Monkeys. बंदरों को मदद लेके युद्ध लड़ना पड़ रहा है. What a shameful thing. That is why he says, and fought for the Devatas. And now Lord Rama has to take the help of monkeys and bears to get his wife back. Bandar और भालू उनका मदद लेके he has to fight a war to get his wife released. That is why he had a case of embarrassment. Of course, यहाँ पे अग्नि परीक्षा का कुछ mention नहीं किया. Afterwards, Rama spoke harsh words to Sita in assembly. The chaste wife listened to those unbearable words and entered the. So first, he faced embarrassment. Many people say, "Oh, he was having a doubt about the chastity, about whether she was chaste a woman or she has stayed in someone's house." So the embarrassment was only for this reason. But since he spoke harsh words, this he had to speak for the sake of the social situation. And then she had to enter fire. When fire god spoke the truth, this is 1.1.84, spoke the truth about Sita's purity, Lord Rama was overjoyed. All the devatas were delighted, and the great task of killing Ravana had been accomplished. All the moving and non-moving living entities across all the three worlds, including the devatas and the sages, worshipped Lord Rama, whose brilliance shone brightly in their midst. So this is what do you say? The final shot of every hero on a movie. Now the villain is killed, the main villain is killed, and the heroine is released. So Fire God also speaks the truth that Sita is completely pure. So Lord Rama was overjoyed, and all the devatas were delighted, and they were all thanking him because this at the request of the devatas. It's a very beautiful. Of course, will come. That will come in the 4th or 5th chapter. Will come. Now, whenever we see some serial on Ramayana, general serials, वहां पे क्या रहता है? Vishnu is lying on Sheshnag के शैया पे लेटे हुए हैं, and all the devatas come and pray to him. Oh, no, we are fed up of Ravana, and it's troubling us and all that. But in Valmiki Ramayana, nothing of that sort is. In Valmiki Ramayana, when Dashrath Maharaj is doing the Havan, that is the Yagya, Ashwamedha Yagya. So, and whenever a Yagya happens, all the Devatas, they come, including God comes to take their share. Whatever you offer to them, they come and take. So all the Devatas had come there. And Vishnu had also come there. At that place, us sthan pe, there is a general body meeting. Big meeting happens. And all the devatas are already cursing each other. Baba, ye Brahma ne kya var de diya Ravan ko, pareshan karke rakha. He's troubling all of us. And there they see Vishnu. They all surrender to Vishnu. Vishnu, please save us. Vishnu says, I know. There's a problem. Brahma has already given a vara. But the right time will come. I will eliminate him. Because yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Ab yuddhanam adharmasya tatmanam shrajamyam. And then, of course, Pavitranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushtanam dharma sansarnartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So this is assurance given by Lord in the Bhagavad Gita also. So immediately Lord sees, yes, I know. And then, there's a very nice situation where, he's confused. But how will I incarnate? Whose son should I become? And then all the devatas say, no, see, already he's doing Putra Kameshti Yagya, he's doing, Darshat Maharaj is doing Ashwamedha Yagya, ab inka Putra ban jao. As if Lord doesn't know it. So that is the greatness of, Lord Vishnu, that, at times he acts as if he's so innocent. He doesn't know anything. And, demigods, the devatas have to give him advice. So, after the coronation of Vibhishana as the king of demons of Lanka, Lord Rama was freed from all his distress. Having accomplished his target, the Lord was very happy. What was his target? Fulfilling the request of the devatas was the target. But I have already mentioned, Acharyas of Ayodhya, they give a very nice explanation. Now, according to them, BAALKANDA के साथ ही रामायण खत्म हो, with the marriage of Rama with Sita. खत्म. There is no further Ramayana. क्यों? अरे भाई, भगवान तो हर अवतार में किसी न किसी राक्षस को नरसिंह अवतार मारा, हिरण्याक्ष को वराह अवतार में मारा, हिरण्यकशिपु को नरसिंह अवतार में मारा, एक करके सब अवतार में किसी न किसी को मारा. इवन कृष्ण लीला is killed so many Rakshasas. So that is nothing great about us. For us, the official marriage of Vishnu with Lakshmi, that is Rama with Sita, is most enchanting, because this is the only Leela where Lord officially gets married to Lakshmi. Acharya say Lakshmi Devi na, she once tells Lord Ramchandra, Narayan, see, we are eternal husband and wife concepts. अभी पहले दिन से हम लोग नो इटर्नल टाइम से हम लोग हस्बैंड वाइफ, बट वी डोंट हैव अ मैरिज एनिवर्सरी. एक एनिवर्सरी तो होना चाहिए, शादी होगा तो मैरिज एनिवर्सरी होगा. और शादी किस अवतार में करोगे आप? मत्स्य अवतार, मछली से कौन शादी करेगा? नरसिंह अवतार में वेरी डेंजरस, half man half man, not possible. Then Kurma avatar again, Vaman avatar, he was dwarfy. So in no avatar you see Lord married. Buddha avatar also he did marry. So what did Lord do? Only two main avatars left, that is Rama avatar and Krishna avatar. Now in Krishna avatar there was wholesale marriages, 16,108 official marriages, बाकी तो unlimited. But क्या लफड़ा क्या है? In every marriage in Krishna avatar there is a war and then he marries. In Rukmani Vivaha, that's a big story in Bhagavatam itself, you know very nicely. It's described, you know, it's called as Rakshasa Vivaha, kidnap and marry. He kidnaps Rukmani and he runs, पीछे शिशुपाल भाग रहा है, then sorry, रुक्मी भाग रहा है उसके पीछे, and then both are having a big war. Then you know half बाल मुंडा के this that, साला साहब था, साले साहब के साथ इतना बड़ा झगड़ा हो रहा है, what is the use? So Acharya say, all given and said, if the video of Krishna's marriages were taken, Narakasur Kumara, then he married 16,000 ladies, all everywhere, you know, is there a smooth marriage video? Only in Ramchandraji's video of marriage, you see, it's everything systematic. Ramchandraji comes, when Sita is called, then you know there is an official Panigrahan, what we call as Panigrahan, and all the vidhis are very nicely done, and they all come back happily. It's a perfect marriage video. So that is why many acharyas of Ayodhya, they say, no, Hamara Ramayana starts with Janma of Ramchandraji to marriage of Ramchandra. But of course, Leela is true with the end of Ravana. So after receiving the boon from the Devatas, Lord Rama received revived all the Devatas, all the Vanaras. He then set out to Ayodhya in the Pushpak aircraft, surrounded by his friends and well-wishers. Upon arriving at the hermitage of sage Bharadwaj, Lord Rama, one who was the epitome of true valor, sent Hanuman to inform his brother Bharata about his. Now there is a small story which I'll mention in this Leela, which most of you must, I'm sure, will not be knowing. And I've heard from Acharyas, because there's no official mention anywhere. It is said that in sage Bharadwaj Muni's ashram, Ramchandraji and his entire team had landed. And there was very short time. But no, Ramchandraji had a doubt. Abhi 14 साल बाद वापस जा रहा हूं. Might be Bharata must have got a mood of not giving the kingdom back. 14 साल रूल कर रही हूं, अभी वापस क्यों मैं राज्य दूं राम को? Let me enjoy the kingdom myself. I know he doesn't know that Bharata had not gone to the kingdom. He was staying out at, about for a few kilometers before Ayodhya, he was staying. So he was wondering what to do. So he sends Hanuman, go and find out. Go and see in the eyes of Bharata, tell him Rama has killed Ravana, and see his reactions, how he reacts. कहते हैं ना, words can be modified, sometimes you may have something in your heart, but your mouth will speak something. But eyes don't speak lies. Your bhava is reflected very easily in your eyes. So he tells Hanuman, See his eyes when you tell him that Rama is on the way. If his eyes say, Arey, why is Ram coming? I have to give my kingdom back. Then you tell me, I will not return. If he says, yes, I want to return, I mean, I'm happy to see Rama, then yeah, I will go back. So it was just a small test. So Hanuman is the right person. He goes and tells, and then he comes back. So Acharya say it is that time when Hanuman had gone, Ramchandra and his whole team were having lunch, food. So they had all served food in plates. There was a plates, leaves. So they had in banana leaf. It is said banana leaf did not have a groove in the center earlier. It was a one plain leaf. So everyone started eating, but Lord Ramchandraji did not eat. He said, Hanuman is gone, let him come back. So when Lord Hanuman comes back, Lord had his food in his plate, but he did not eat it. Or rather in his leaf, but he did not eat it. So when Hanuman said, no, no, Bharata is really eagerly waiting for you. He wants you to come. Immediately he says, okay, have prasad, have food. Hanuman said, how can I have food? The food is over, empty. All the vessels were empty. He said, don't worry, you have it from my plate, from my leaf. He said, no, I can't have from your leaf. I mean, you are the king, you are the Lord, you are the supreme, you are my worshipable. How can I have equally with you? He says, don't worry, I will draw a line in between. This half I will eat, you other side you eat. And it is said that the banana leaf got a line by on this day when Lord Ramchandra drew a line in between the entire foodstuff. पूरा खाने के बीच में से एक लाइन खींचा and आज भी आप देखोगे ना the leaf has got a big groove, deep groove, and makes it into two sections. And this is what Ramchandraji did. And that is how it is said. There are two reasons, One is squirrel getting three lines, how squirrels have got three lines because, squirrel was fighting, serve Lord Ramchandraji. And, many times when the bridge was being built, it was to wet its body, take some mud and put it in between the stones. And Hanumanji used to tell, you're coming in between, you're troubling me, get out from here. You're creating a lot of problems for me. You'll come under my leg and you will die. So he goes and complains. The Kuru goes and complains to Ramchandri. This fellow is not allowing me to do service to you. So Ramchandri becomes very happy and he places his hand over the squirrel and those three marks were there. There's no historical or Vedic literature which mentions this. But of course, just generally is told by acharyas that these are two things, the banana leaf never had a line and the squirrel also never had three lines on its back. It was because of Ramchandraji, three lines came on its back. Okay, this I would like to close today's session. We'll continue next time, next Wednesday.